J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Holla at your boy. Life after the collar with J-Man, you heard me? We out here on all social media platforms. So if you look good, feel good, and if you smell good, turn it up, get lit, because we are going live. Turn up, get lit, we 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 going live. Where the DJs at, where the Indians at.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right, Alexa can make it do just what it's supposed to do. Y'all, I hope y'all had a great weekend. It has been off the chain this way. We're gonna have a good. We're actually gonna have a good show tonight. We're gonna have a great show tonight. So y'all sit back, relax. The name of the show tonight is "A Change Is Gonna Come." If y'all look behind me, I got DJ Sammy. If you're on Facebook Live, you see I got DJ Sammy in the house tonight. He's rolling with me. He's hyped up on candy. Did you want another one? I ain't no good. So hopefully it won't do that much damage. Yeah. So we're gonna have a great show. Aries, what's going on with you? Michelle, what's going on with you? Let's see who's up here. Dewana, what's going on with you? Wanda, what's going on with you? Is that Mark TaylorMade Taylor in the house? Good to have you in the show. Good to have you on the show. Let me see if I can get some comments up here. Okay, so I got my thing set up on the wrong direction. I was hoping I was going to be able to see some. Oh, I know what I can do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch over here on my laptop. If I'm on the laptop, I should be able to see you all's comments on the laptop if you are in Facebook mode. I don't know where that come from, but they getting it in. Where did that come from? Oh, okay, I know where that came from. They were finna get it in. That was from I'm sorry, y'all. Juicy Fruit. I should have went with that. That's a nice jam right there. Anyway, so we're gonna have a great show tonight. We're really gonna talk about several different things. Oh man, don't even worry about it. If you're on Facebook Live, I am not going to be able to see y'all comments. I'm sorry. You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna have to do if this doesn't work. Okay, don't rotate your device. You can't turn your phone while live. Okay. I was hoping to see the comments. So what I'm going to do on Facebook Live, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this original part, and then we are going to switch over on Facebook Live. I'm going to turn it around so I can see y'all comments, because your comments are going to be very important tonight. Your comments are going to be very, very important tonight. So I'm going to play this song if you're on Spreaker.com. I got in trouble when I was young with that. I was finna say something, Aries. I was getting ready to say something. But I ain't going to say it. I'm going to play this song. And this should get us to the place where we need to be. Matter of fact, this is a perfect time to play this song here. Everybody keeps sending me this song. If you're on my social media page, if you pay attention to my social media page, I had before y'all started sending me this song, I had already posted it on social media like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe even longer than that. But it's the new Wake Up Everybody, and it was like the new what's the name of it? We Are the World. Check this out. Holla at your boy. If you're on Facebook Live, I'm going to log off, and then I'm going to come right back on. I'm going to log off and come right back on. That way I can see your comments. I want to see your comments. So holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy.
Wake up, wake up. You've
Book.
You've got
my people in the east, yo, you gotta wake up. Midwest, dirty South, yo, you gotta stand up. All my homies in the west, yo, you gotta wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up, all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up. The world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can.
Scream peace, do we mean it? Can you feel it when we scream it out loud? Do you believe that we need it? Do you believe that it could get right? Do you believe that the children of the world deserve a good life? Well, if you do, it's time to wake up your mind. We can make it better, and I know it might take some time, but we gotta start somewhere. How about with you and me? From us it goes to others, then we'll have our unity.
Wake up, all the doctors make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hell. But they don't have so very long before the judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away?
Wake up, all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it, long as we lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds, and surely things will work out, 'cause they do it every time.
I ain't here to take up y'all time. I came to shake up y'all mind. It's everybody's wake up call time. I can't sleep too long. Why they do the people wrong? Let's clean the world up before they sweep you gone. This is real talk. You could peep through songs. So when you feel weak, these words will keep you strong and help make a change for the better. It's hard for one to do it, but we can make some changes together. Ghetto. We gotta stand up here and give thanks to the man upstairs. Put the egos and the pride to the side regardless, and just be role models, parents, artists. We can make a change or we can make it the hardest. If you gon' make a baby, you should make them the smartest. Let them know good and bad, right from wrong, how to roll with the punches when life moves on. And the stress won't take toll if you don't sweat it. World won't get no better if we don't let it. Let the negative energy ride. Keep hope alive. It's about time that we open our eyes. Wake up.
Everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up, 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 wake up.
Yup, well y'all best to vote. I don't care about the guns you tote. Listen to me like you listen to Fahrenheit 9/11. Ain't no time for the second guessing. The words I speak, wake up. The ones who sleep in the leadership's fix your mouth to teach. MCs teach the kids with peace. They don't have to worry about the police. We make them rich so they don't have to thief. Every artist here on this track. We'll make a change here for young cats. This is for everybody, white or black. You better go and vote and get up off your back. This life of rolls on, lift your head, get your voice up. You see the power of the people, it's a choice to ignite love. Now the choice is a gift that our people have to fight for. And the fight's far too personal for anyone to ignore. Voice to be heard. Take the opportunity. The responsibility.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on, even Alexa. That's right, Alexa can make it do what it do. Thank y'all so much for joining me, and those that was on Facebook. Thank you for those that came right back and hooked up with me. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. Sorry about that. I was trying to get it because when I turned it the other way, I thought the comments was going to come up, but it wasn't working out that way. So I have to go with what I know so I can see you all's comment, because tonight is very, very, very important, because there are some things that has to happen. I wanted to, I guess in the same note, I wanted to try to break the monotony of the conversation that has been going on with our social media and the news and all of this other stuff. I wanted to have a conversation when it comes to dealing with the protests, the riots, the everything. And because of the seriousness of what we're experiencing, because of the seriousness of what we're experiencing, I don't want to break the momentum. Here's what I mean by I don't want to break the momentum. You know, I'm going to be honest with you all. One of our, and shout out to, I see Michelle is on the show, Aries is on the show, and Aries was asking about Michelle's mom. She said, I'm fine, her mom is doing well. I know yesterday or day before yesterday, her mom had surgery, but everything is good right now. So thank you, and thank you all for your prayers for Michelle. Is your sound gone? See, so I'm looking at my panel, my workstation when it comes, for those that's on Facebook, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. So those that are on Spreaker, if y'all can hear me, I don't know what's going on with Spreaker, but I've gotten to the point where I'm gonna have to let Spreaker go. I'm gonna have to let Spreaker go because something is going on, and I don't like the fact that my sound, my sound is leaving on Facebook. It usually, if my sound is gone off, my platform would let me know from my side. But what I'm thinking is happening is this: there so many people, especially at this hour here. This is what you call prime time, and so you have so many people coming on live, and I think they can't handle the bandwidth. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know, but anyway, we're gonna keep rolling with it. But thank you all so much. If you're on Spreaker, thank you. If you're on Facebook Live, thank you. I am able to see your chats on Spreaker, and I'm able to see your chat on Facebook Live. So we're good on both. If you're listening on Facebook Live and you're chatting on Spreaker, I got you. So we can still do both. We can still do both. Here's the thing. I named the show A Change Is Gonna Come. And there's a lot of reasons why I named this show that. Coco, what's going on with you? Good to have you on the show. Is this your first time on the show, or it's been a while since you've been on the show? I think it's been a while since you've been on the show. Good to have you on the show down there in Tampa area. Thank you for being on the show. Here's the thing. I named the show A Change Is Gonna Come. If you pay attention to everything that has been going, 2020 has been a rough year for people. I told people at the beginning of the year this is the year that we have to be in focus. Everything is going to be brought into focus. And what that means is those that have always had good vision, you all will not understand this you all would not understand this concept. But for those of us that have had to wear glasses or contacts through the years, you're going to get this concept. You know, for the most part, when you couldn't see and everything was blurry, you saw images, you saw stuff, you knew a car was coming. You may not know what kind of car. You didn't know how big the car was, and things like that. You may saw somebody walking towards you, but you couldn't make out their face. If a police was to come and say, well, describe the person, you wouldn't be able to do that. But once you put on your glasses, or if you was like anything like me, I ended up getting the eye surgery. I got the eye surgery, and when I got the eye surgery, it brought everything instantly into focus. And for me, 2020 has been that. 2020 has brought everything that I've went through in my past into focus. Here's what I mean by that. So, you know when they shut the church down, or no, they didn't shut the church down. When they said that we couldn't go into the church buildings, and people was up in arms about, oh, I can't go into the church house, I can't worship together. About 2 years prior to, maybe a little bit longer than that, maybe about 4 years now, I found myself in a situation that caused me to walk away from the church building. I never gave up on my relationship with God. I never discounted who God was. Matter of fact, my relationship with God got stronger when I left the church building. And I found ways, and I found even the biblical way of doing church. Y'all say, well, what is the biblical way of doing church? So back in the biblical days, when you did church, it was done at home. That's why you remember, because, and they use this. He says, what you getting, Sammy? So he said, the Bible says, they was teaching in a synagogue. The person had finally came around to their area. In biblical days, you didn't go to church every Sunday. You didn't. You had to wait till the priest or the prophet come into town. So in order to study the Bible, you did it at home. So you remember where I think it was Paul was in town, or somebody was in town. I think it was Paul. And the ladies, and they were separated. The men was up front, the women was over to the side or whatever. And Paul saw two women back there talking. And Paul says, if you have a question about what I'm teaching up here, don't talk now. Wait till you get home and ask your husbands. Okay. Bible and your religious relationship was not taught in church or in the synagogue. It was enhanced in the synagogue or church. I said all that to say this. When it comes to your relationship with God, it should not be based on a church that you go to. If your relationship with God is based on your relationship with a church, you're gonna fall. I say that with all honesty. If your relationship with God is based on what your church is teaching you, you're gonna fall every time. Falling and making mistakes or not meeting the level of perfection are two different things. The reason why I say you're gonna fall is because you have put an entity above God. The only reason you say you're reaching God is because your relationship with a building or a congregation, and it shouldn't be that way. So that's one of the reasons I say a change is going to come. So tonight we're going to talk about not just the rioting and things that's going on, but we're also going to talk about even the pandemic and how the pandemic has caused us to make these adjustments in our lives. And I'm going to ask this. I'm going to ask this question. With the pandemic, with the race, I'm gonna call it with the protests. I was gonna call it the riots, but with the protests, the good and the bad protests, we had both, but both of them was protesting. How has it caused you to change? How has it caused you to change? That's what I want to know. I want to find out what elements in your life has changed since this thing has happened. Let me go back. I don't know what's going on with my Facebook. Dewana says that's good. 2010 brought 2020 vision. That has been my motto, Dewana. 2020 has given me 2020 vision, perfect vision. So that's where I am. That's where I am, and I want to know with you all, how has it changed? Something. Let's separate. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's separate the protesting. Let's go pre-protesting, where we are right now, and we found ourselves in a situation where we are stuck in the vision. We're stuck in the vision. We're stuck in at home. We're not going to work. Not the essential workers, because y'all still got. But even in the essential workers, y'all had a different outlook that a majority of America don't get to see. And I want to hear y'all versions too. But during that pandemic area, or during the pre-protesting pandemic era, what did it teach you? How has Jen, what's going on with you, dear? Good to have you on the show tonight. Angela, the author. Hey, Angela, put your book up. I never showcased your book, so put your book up so people know where to find it. And Jen, you can also put your information up on where they can buy your single as well. I want to know how has being stuck at home for the majority of America, I want to know how having to go to work in the midst of this changed your life, changed your mentality, changed the way you operate, changed the way you move. Jackie says this: I'm more aware of what's going on in the world. I see the injustice much clearer. I also see how humans react to unexpected events. You know what, Jackie? That's a mouthful right there, especially that last line. I also see how humans react to unexpected events. That's a mouthful right there. Seeing how others react in certain ways. For instance, protesting going on, 75-year-old man gently walks up to the police people. He's not posing any threat to them. And all of a sudden, this 75-year-old man get thrown down, pushed down. So he pushed him down, and these are two white cops that pushed a 75-year-old white dude down. Let me tell y'all something. If they would do that to their own kind, that lets you know. That right there in itself lets you know they don't care about us. This pandemic has taught me patience and how to be more creative. So I want to go there. Aries says that. Shout out Cherry, Stucky, Shanetta, Stucky, Carmen. What's going on with you? She says this pandemic has taught me how to be patient, taught me patience and how to be more creative. I'm gonna put it in our language. Who's that? Michelle. It taught us our hustle. It taught us how to hustle. I'm gonna put it plain as possible. If you haven't found your hustle during this time, and what I mean by hustle, if you haven't found your gift, if you haven't found your way of doing things differently in your life, you're missing something. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're missing a whole lot of things. Aries says, I'm not a hustler. And okay, so she caught up with the conversation. I'm not calling you a hustler. What I'm saying is, I'm using our language. A hustle is from in the black community voice. So you have people that are, I noticed, I have a friend on Facebook that does candy apples and that edible arrangements. Y'all remember? And now they're breaking it down to home type businesses, right? Not that you're a hustler, but you I don't have. We're realizing that I don't have to go to your job to make money if I use the gift that's on the inside of me. So when I say your hustle, I mean, are you using your gift on the inside of you? Gina says, I've been able to take a closer look within myself. And that is where I have been, Gina. Today was the first day. Today was one of the first days that, not first day, because I've been in this joyous type of mindset. My way of looking at things has been totally different. But today, I've actually felt love. And it's not a love that came from an outside source. It was a love that was on the inside that started bubbling out, that other people recognized that love and saw that love. So that's where I am. Gina, that's what Gina said. I have been in closer within myself. Jen says this. Jen said, I realize I need to stop taking little things for granted. Me thinking I have time to delay, on what I'm trying to accomplish in life. Just do it. No time to waste, and realizing it's me again. That's it. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody, you know what? There is a gift. In doing my meditations and getting to get this higher mindset or this different mindset of life, I realized this one thing. If you believe in God, well, I'm going to say it this way. That way I can cover everybody. If you believe in the Creator, if you believe in a Creator, your Creator put in you a gift. That gift is not for you, it's for the world. So you owe the world your gift. And if you do not release your gift, you're doing this entire world a disservice. Who is this? Wanda says, working during the pandemic. Wanda is a nurse. She just came back from California. Working during the pandemic, I had to look at my trust in God. I needed to be cautious, but not afraid. It is a beautiful piece. Let me tell you something. When you get to that place where you understand your peace and where your peace comes from, when you understand where your peace comes from, and when you understand that your Creator got you, when you're using, I said yesterday on my intro, because I did my intro for our church service yesterday, and one of the things that I said that if you're doing what God told you to do, I'll put it plainly. I can put it plainer this way. If you are doing what God told you to do, it's already blessed. It's already covered. You are already covered. Just like me. So when it comes to me being ordained and me being able to, carry the title of elder and minister or reverend, whatever y'all want to call us, God shifted me on what I'm supposed to be doing. I had a lot of people coming at me sideways, but God had to come to me and say, look, who are you trying to please? Are you trying to please me, or are you trying to please other folks? And so I learned to just do the gift that God gave you to do, and it's already blessed, and you don't have to worry about it. Jen says, your hustle is what you were created to do. That's it, Jen. Your passion, what you can do until you leave this world. Hustle on. I like that. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to hashtag that. Hustle on. That's good. That's good. Let me go back over here too, because y'all having some good conversations over here on Spreaker as well. Jackie says, I didn't realize the lack of compassion humans don't have for each other. It made me look in the mirror and ask myself, do I show compassion in the capacity that I should? You good, Sonny Boo? Sammy, you good? So everybody was asking me, and people kept asking, you need to post it. I was going to post it, and I will post it. But y'all can also research it, because when it came to me, I had to go search it. So Brittany Breeze is Drew Brees' wife. And I got I had a lot of people come at me sideways on my show, on the Facebook page, saying, I don't trust that. No, it. So she basically said this. Before she made this statement, she posted some Martin Luther King quotes. She posted some biblical quotes, and she posted some other quotes. After she posted those quotes, as she was posted, people was replying, and then she finally came back and explained why she was posting these quotes. And she said, I am embarrassed. I'm paraphrasing. I am embarrassed that I did not realize these quotes had everything to do with me, and I missed it. She said, I missed it. I missed everything that they was telling me. I missed everything that through the years because of privilege. I had a friend, this is when I was back in the military, and we was talking about some injustice with some things. And he just couldn't understand, this white dude could not understand that this was true, that this actually still happens. Now, not granted, this was back in 2008, 9. And he could not understand that type of stuff still happened. And now he is realizing this is 2020, and we still getting beat up by the cops. We still having all of these injustices happening to us. All right, Aries, you do everything you do. Got to work for your hustle or your family. I admire you. I enjoy what I do. I just don't see that as a hustle. No, it's not a. See, when. So I know when Aries and I have talked in the past, I could tell that where her passion is. Your passion and your employment are two different things. Your passion and your employment are two different things. Every now and then, we are blessed enough that the two converge on each other. Your employment and your passion converge on each other. Your hustle, anything that you're willing to do for free, is your hustle. Anything that you're willing to do for free is your hustle. She's and so that's what I'm talking about, Aries. That's your career, Aries, doing something you enjoy. I just wonder if the threat of her livelihood brought to her conclusion doesn't mean it's right or wrong. I see what you're saying. So the breeze is set for life. Let's get that understood. You said her livelihood came into play. No, it did not come into play. They have way more money. The Breeze family has way more money that they can ever spend. Drew Brees will more than likely retire after this year. So it had nothing to do with their livelihood because their livelihood is already set. Even if they stop making money from Breeze football contracts, they have other avenues in which to make money. So the money is not the issue. Now, if you say his reputation, maybe his reputation could have caused her to make that statement. And I will give you that. But livelihood, no, they good. They good. He done made all the money. Breeze done made all the money he's gonna make. He's not gonna sign any more contracts other than advertisement. Other than that, they set for life. She also said that she did not understand hate until they started receiving hate themselves. See, because in New Orleans, the Breeze family is loved. Everywhere they went, they was loved on. Now you are being, they are being, scouted against because of something that was said. We don't get scouted against because of something we said. We're scouted against because the way we look. I just show up, I'm black, and they already showing me hate. They're already showing me hate. Okay, you know I don't know about sports, so what's the profound revelation again? No, what I was saying was at least she came to a conclusion, in my opinion, because what Bree says, I am totally against. What her husband said, I'm against. How he came back and apologized, again, I already voiced my opinion that I am against. But how she came out, I felt it was heartfelt for me. How she said it, what she said, was heartfelt for me. Okay? I'm going to play this song. And then once I play this song, we're going to come back and talk about it. Once I play this song, we're going to come back and talk about it. All right? Joyner Lucas. This is Joyner, Joyner, Joyner Lucas. If you have sensitive ears, it's supposed you're supposed to feel the pain in this one. You literally are supposed to feel the pain in this conversation here. All right, holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy.
With all due respect, I don't have pity for you black niggas. That's the way I feel.
You know, since Donald Trump became president, there's been a lot of closeted racism.
Screaming Black Lives Matter, all the black guys rather be deadbeats than pay your bills.
This record is for the people, you know, who are closeted, you know, racists, who say certain things and then backtrack and say, I'm not racist.
My sister's boyfriend's black. I'm not racist. My sister-in-law's baby cousin Tracy got a brother and his girlfriend's black.
They throw out these crazy statements and then they say, wait, but I'm not racist. Because the truth of the matter is not all white people use the word nigga. Yo, what's up? This is Joyner Lucas, rapper, songwriter, actor, director. I would describe the song as the reality and the harsh truth, what goes on in the everyday world between whites and blacks, specifically in this record.
I'm sorry, you can never feel my life. Trying to have faith, but I never feel alright. It's hard to elevate when this country's ran by whites, judging me by my skin color and my blackness. Trying to find a job, but ain't nobody call me back yet. Now I gotta sell drugs and put food in my cabinet. You crackers ain't slick, this is all a part of your tactics. Don't talk about no motherfucking taxes when I ain't making no dough. You think you know everything, but you don't. You want to copy our slang and everything that we know. Try to steal black culture and make it your own.
I had to dig deep in. I mean, I'm half black and half white, so it wasn't that hard. I really had to overdo it. When I was writing it, it was uncomfortable because I'm like, you know, I knew how people were gonna feel about it, but you know, it's reality. This is what we deal with every day. This is what we see.
It's like you want to be so famous, you'll do anything for attention and a little payment. I can't take you nowhere without people pointing fingers. Pants hanging off your ass, you ain't got no home training. Put your fucking pants up, nigga. Put that suit back on. Take that do-rag off. Take that goat out your mouth. Quit the pitiful stuff. And then maybe police and stop killing you fucks. Yo, what the fuck? I'm not racist.
Keep in mind, you know, this wasn't a white supremacist talking. This wasn't a Nazi. This was the average Trump, everyday white supporter. So that's why it was so uncomfortable to hear.
And even though Barack was half as black, you hated President Obama. I know that's a fact. You couldn't wait to get him out and put a cracker back. And then you gave us Donald Trump, and I was payback for that. I'm not racist.
A lot of people were upset. I was reading comments and seeing blogs posts about how I didn't really represent black people. And to me, that's just crazy because, you know, I purposely didn't want to scoop down. Instead, I kind of wanted to create a reasoning level between the two. And
fuck, I'm exhausted. I can't even drive without the cops trying to start shit. I'm tired of this systematic racism bullshit. All you do is false shit. This the shit that I'm false with. And you don't know shit about my people. That's what bothers you. You don't know about no fried chicken or no barbecue. You don't know about the two-step or no loose change. You don't know about no 2 chains or no Kool-Aid. You don't know.
I do see things getting worse before they get better, to be honest with you. But that's why, you know, I created the record like I'm racist and hope that people can look inside themselves. I'm offering you a different perspective, and hopefully you can take that into consideration.
Worry about your life, so you take mine. I love you, but I fucking hate you at the same time. I wish we could trade shoes, or we could change lives, so we can understand each other more, but that'll take time. I'm not racist. It's like we living in the same building, but split into both sides. I'm not racist. But there's two sides to every story, and now you know mine.
I've seen a lot of people say that the ending shouldn't have been like that. There's no way we can hug it out. You know, my ancestors have been enslaved for 400 years, 40 acres and a mule, and it is kind of unrealistic to say all these things to each other, these mean, crazy things, and then hug it out in the end. Very unrealistic, but that's my depiction of how I want the world to be, and if I could change the world one day at a time, that's what I live for.
With all due respect, I don't have pity for you black niggas. That's the way I feel. Screaming Black Lives Matter, all the black guys rather be deadbeats than pay your bills. Yelling nigga this and nigga that. Call everybody nigga and get a nigga mad. As soon as I say nigga, then everyone react and wanna swing at me and call me racist cause I ain't black. We'll pound that then. Talking about slavery like you was around back then. Like you was picking cotton off the fucking ground back then. Like you was on the plantation getting down back then. Alright. Look. I see a black man aiming his gun, but I'd rather see a black man claiming his son. And I don't mean just for one day and you done. I mean, you still trapped in a rut. And I work my ass off and pay my taxes for what? So you can keep living on free government assistance, food stamps for your children, but you still trying to sell them for some weed and some liquor or a fucking babysitter while you party on the road cause you ain't got no fucking goals? You already late. You motherfuckers need to get your damn priorities straight. Wait. It's like you're proud to be fake, but you lazy as fuck. And you rather sell drugs and get a job and be straight.
You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa, that's right, Alexa can make it do what it do. So I know that conversation is very difficult. It's very difficult to have, listen to. And I had a niece was like, I don't know how to take this. Because she literally thought it was a white guy saying that stuff. But that was a brother. He was half white, half black. And so she didn't know how to have that conversation. She didn't know how to process that. Rocky, what's going on with you? Good to have you on the show. I want to do this. And since I have two boys, I have two sons, and I have my youngest with me tonight. I'm reminded of a conversation that was had on, I think it was ESPN. It may have been on ESPN. Lisa Leslie was being interviewed. Lisa Leslie, y'all don't know, was a great female basketball player. She did her thing in her day. But now she's considered also an activist now. And the interviewer asked her this. Well, what do you tell your kids? What do you say to your kids? How do you talk to your kids? And Lisa Leslie said something that was so profound to me. She said, we've been talking to our kids the whole time. We've been telling them ways to avoid the cops, ways to not to get in trouble. The question is not what we are telling our kids, and it was a white interviewer, a white lady that asked this question. She turned around and said, the question is not what I'm teaching or telling my kids. What are you telling your kids? What are you teaching your kids? That's the problem. If you want to know where the real problem is, it's not in what we are teaching our kids. Because we done taught our kids, put your hands on the steering wheels. Have your paperwork. Don't drive around this way. Don't do this. Don't do that. Make sure you approach. And no matter what we've taught them, no matter what we have taught them, nothing's worked. We walking through the park, we're guilty. We're barbecuing, we're guilty. We're standing in a certain spot, we're guilty. We're standing in Starbucks, we're guilty. We are guilty. We're doing this, we're guilty. No matter what the hell we're doing, we're automatically guilty. So it's not about what I'm teaching my kids, because we're teaching our kids how to avoid trouble with the cops. The question has become, what are you teaching your kids, white folks? What are you teaching your kids? Period. What are you teaching your kids? And so that's where I am. Sammy? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on my show, but I got to make sure I take care of the little man. I heard him in there playing. Here's the thing. And I'm going to bring the show to a close. And I understand that I said I was going to go an hour and a half or whatever, but I'm going to do my hour and the other 30 minutes based on how the conversation is going. She also said she did not understand that. Okay, we'll pass that. Okay. Here's what has to happen. And that's why, so when I made the statement earlier last week, that as blacks, we needed to do this on our own. We needed to do our protests on our own. Come here, Sammy. We had to do our protests on our own. Thank you. Put it right here. Thank you. Yes, sir. It's not about us separating. It's understanding that we have different conversation that needs to be had. The white folks need to sit down and have a conversation amongst themselves. Here's the thing. We have white people that try to sympathize with us, and thank you for sympathizing with us, but you would never understand our struggle. What you can do is get amongst yourselves and be honest with yourselves. Be honest with the fact that these are the things that we did to the people. Said, there was somebody that says, sent me they tagged me in this post. And, so when people tag me in posts now, I've already came to a conclusion that they know that I'm going to say what I want to say. So the conversation was this. But I don't understand why they're saying Black Lives Matter. It's all lives matter. Yes, ma'am. And this is what I put. I said, yes, you're right. All lives do matter. We're just trying to convince white folks to understand that black folks are a part of the all. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to convince the people that saying all lives matter that black people are a part of the all. So that's where we are with it. I want y'all to do, I'm going to give y'all about a minute or two before I close out the show. I want you all to get your pens. I've been putting out this, and I'm going to push this out, and I want you all to put this, especially, well, for all of those that's in the ATL area, the Atlanta metro area. I want you all to get this information, and I want you to put it on your social media page. If you don't put this on your social media page, I will delete you. I will delete you as a friend and block you. And I am so serious about this. That's how important this is to me. Well, you can't force me to do this. You're right. I can't. You are 100% right. I cannot force you to put anything on your social media page. Just like you can't force me to make you be one of my social media friends. That's how committed I am to this. That's me personally. This is how committed I am to this. Okay? How much time? I got about 30 more seconds so y'all can get y'all pens out. I get a side. Aries just gave me the side eye. Sammy, somebody just gave me the side eye. Is something you want to tell them? Matter of fact, point to the mic. Where the mic at? Can you point to the mic? Point to the mic. Keep that point. Keep that right up. Keep that point to the mic. No, point to the mic, Sammy. So, Sammy got a way of pointing. Sammy don't point like this. Sammy uses his middle finger to point. I don't know why, but he uses his middle finger to point. So to y'all, I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. I ain't your friend anyway. So block. So block me. I don't care. Y'all, Jackie is really not on my social media page, on my Facebook page. We are friends on Instagram. Those that don't know, Jackie is Sammy's mom. You right. But I'll block you on Instagram. How about that, Jackie? Okay, here's the information I want to put out. And if somebody's that have your typing ability, if you could put it in the chat room on Spreaker, and if you can put it on the chat room on Facebook. Metro Atlanta Uprising Task Force. Metro Atlanta Uprising Task Force. This is why this is important. You know that a lot of people are talking about defunding the police department. No, we're not going to get rid of it. That's the dumbest idea. Especially for Democrats to even bag that foolishness is just dumb as hell to me. You cannot get rid of the police force. It is what it is. If you believe in defunding the police force, you dumb as hell. I mean every word of what I just said. If you believe in defunding the police department, you dumb. What we have to do is create different ways. Now, we can draw back a lot of money that we're throwing to the police. We can divert some of the funds into different areas. I agree with that. But just get rid of the police force. Stop being my friend. If you believe in that, stop being my friend. If you believe in defunding the police force, stop being my friend. All right. Metro Atlanta Uprising Task Force 470-542-9657. Again, that number is 470-542-9657. That is to the Metro Atlanta Uprising Task Force. What they're doing, there are different things that they're coming up with to help police not only our neighborhoods, but police the police force, to police the judicial system, the court system. Not only is the police force is jacked up, but the court system is all jacked up. So what is the task force about? The task force is a place. What we're doing is getting people together with different gifts, different talents. It's not just one specific thing. We're trying to make our community more accountable for themselves. My youngest son was convicted of a crime simply trying to stop a crime. The victim and the person that committed the crime both thought he was applauding him as a hero by saying the big boy told them to leave me alone. They charged him with muscle law that says if one person is bigger than the victim, the person that committed the crime, wow, there's no way to prove they were not there to ensure the crime. And see, that's the stupid stuff that we're trying to get rid of. Laws like that, okay, just like they have the there is a law. It was right, and I meant to write it down because I said it on my show the other night. There is a law. Oh, it almost came to me then. There is a law that is on the books that is designed to keep cops out of trouble. It's literally designed to keep cops out of trouble, which means you can't sue the cops, you can't prosecute the cops. And what they're doing, the reason why they aren't, they won't prosecute in the past. Let me do it this way. In the past, the reason why they wouldn't prosecute cops is because they did not want to set a legal precedence. Because once you set that legal precedence, now everybody has to abide by that rule. And they didn't want cops to have to abide by rule. Thank you, Michelle, for putting that on Spreaker. If somebody could put that on, let me see if somebody put that on Facebook. Yeah, thank you, Wanda, for putting that on Facebook. But now a lot of different things. So you couldn't sue cops because it was their job to do what they were doing, even if it was done the wrong way. But now a lot of stuff has changed, and we want to be a part of the Metro Atlanta Uprising Aries is going to be made up of people from the different mayor's offices, from the governor's office, from activists, from regular residents of this area. I had a chance to sit down with some brothers yesterday, and we talked about some things that we can start doing from our end. See, a lot of times we sit and wait for the government to do stuff for us, and a lot of times we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry. Sometimes we just need to get into action. So if you need their services, well, it's not about if you, so making the task force known with the number is so that others will volunteer their services. Yes. Because this is the beginning. We're at a new trying to figure things out. We're trying to figure things out. And so we're getting people together. It's not, the task force is not up and running. We're trying to build a task force. All right? All right. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to play one more song. And if you have questions for me on Spreaker, or if you have questions for me on Facebook Live, please ask them now. Please ask them now so that I know I can answer those things before I get off air. This is my dude, Jay Henry. He's working on an album now, and look, he sent me about 3 tracks off the album. And oh my God, this dude is getting it in. I have a question. Okay, so let's go ahead. Mentoring. Yes, ma'am. Romania, thank you for being on the show as well. I have a question. What do you think of Oprah's town hall? I did not see Oprah's town hall, so I don't have an opinion about it. I don't have an opinion about the town hall. What I do have It's an opinion about, with a person of her caliber waiting so long to even speak out, irritates me. And I'll leave it at that. The fact that Oprah waited so long to speak out irritated me. What's your thought on Mayor Bottoms being possible? I don't think those that know Keisha Lance Bottoms has been vetted to be a VP candidate. I don't think she's the right person for it. My personal opinion, I don't think she's the right person for it. I think she will serve her city better right now. I don't think she is, I don't think she's good for a VP candidate. And because of skeletons. I think Stacey Abrams is the perfect candidate for VP. That's my opinion. I would not look kindly on Biden's ticket if let me put it this way. I'll say it. I'm gonna vote for Biden anyway. I'm gonna vote for Biden anyway. Am I a fan? Do I trust? Do I agree? Do I think Biden is a good president? No. Do I think he would make a good president? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Is he better than Trump? Unequivocally, yes. Hands down. My thing with Biden, he has to put the right people around him. That's just my opinion. That's just how I think about it. He has to put the right people around him. I think Stacey Abrams is the best push for him. Not Cory Booker, the other is he a senator? I think he's a senator. Yeah, I think he's a senator. Light-skinned brother, I forgot his name. Off the top of my head. I think he would make another good candidate for VP. That's just my opinion. Is it hard to teach your children, especially if they are black men, to follow the law when they charges they haven't done? My fight is stronger than most because I've seen it happen. But I will not be silent. So I've dealt with different situations, not just with this situation, but in general. I've dealt with the teaching of our young men, of our young black men. Hashtag mother of black men in America. That's a good hashtag. And I'm assuming that is a current chat. Hashtag mother of black men in America. Hashtag mother of black men in America. Thank you, Coco. My thing is this. I have 3 black sons. I have 3 black sons that are that I worry about. I have our oldest son that's in the military, that's currently serving in the military, and I literally worry about. You can leave it down, Sammy. Leave it down. Thank you, son. I literally worry about him, and he's in the military. There is racism in the military. I've experienced. I did 20 years, almost 20 years in the military, and I experienced it. I have a college age student that my nerves, I literally am nervous. A large part of I'm going to tell you, my hypertension thing is really based on my middle son, because he's in college, but he's in a civilian sector, and then he goes to work in a predominantly white area. I call it what it is. He goes to work in a redneck type area, and it scares me to death. It scares me that he is out out like that. And I've taught them all I can teach them. I'm at a place now where I tell my sons, I don't tell grown people what to do. I don't tell grown people what to do. And my sons, they know that I don't tell them what to do. Especially my two older sons, they know I don't tell them what to do. But for instance, when the curfew thing hit with Atlanta, I called and I didn't get an answer from my son. He lives with my sister because it's close to his job and close to his college that he goes to. And I didn't get an answer from my son, so I called my sister. I was like, hey, he's not picking up the phone. Where is he? Oh, they went out tonight. And in my mind, it's like, what the hell are they thinking? What is he thinking? The situation that we're in, what are they thinking? Why would he go out? My niece, two of my nieces, and my son all went out to a skating rink. They're just trying to have fun. They're just trying to live life. They ain't trying to hurt nobody. They ain't trying to get in the middle of nothing. But in my mind, my nieces I worry about. But my son, I panic about. Because, say for instance, something happened and they get pulled over. More times than likely, my nieces are going to be good. It's because my son is a big dude. And that was one of the things that we was talking about in this meeting that we had the other day. One of the guys, he's 6'3", 280, easy. And I might be gentle with it. And he carries a badge. More times than likely, it's not until they're on the ground somewhere, either in handcuffs or shot, before they figure out, oh, he's one of us, or, oh, this is a good guy. Aries' son, my son is in engineering. He is in Hick in Florida, someone doing an intern. She called it Hickville or something like that. It's rural, but it wrecks my nerve. I'm telling you, I hate the fact where my son actually works. I hate that he works there. I literally hate that he has to drive through the back roads to get to where he is, to where he works. And not only to where he works, he lives in McDonough. If y'all know anything about McDonough, there are certain areas that you just don't fool around in. You don't play with cops in certain areas. So we have to, and that's why I'm not for defunding the police department. I'm for making radical change, like not down the line. I'm talking about now. And if you can't abide by these rules, get a new career. Not we're gonna slowly implement these changes. No, as person, dude, this is what we're getting ready to do. If you get caught doing this, if your camera is off, if you don't know how to turn your camera on, it's a culture thing. I was watching when they drugged that one lady, and the cop grabbed her, and she was getting away, but he grabbed her by the legs and pulled her back. And when he pulled her back, his knee automatically went to hurt this lady's back. Automatically. That is in the culture. That is what they are used to doing. He caught himself. Oh, I ain't supposed to do this. And you saw him, once he put his knee on her, he immediately pulled back. But that's in the culture. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by that. So, my first enlistment in the military, I was sent to Japan to serve on USS Blue Ridge. Back in the 90s, I got in 92, so early 90s, 98%, 99% of the ships were all men. There were certain ships, a subtender. A subtender is a supply ship. Those were 98% females. I mean, the ship was probably 90 to 98% females that ran the ship. The other ships in the fleet were all male. So now they get into this thing where we have to co-ed all of our ships. I was one of the first ships in the military that they decided to co-ed. And we went through all of this training. Sexual harassment, fraternization, and the list goes on. And Gina can attest with me with this. Wanda probably can attest with me with this. When they said we're gonna make y'all ship co-ed, we had to go through all of this training, and then finally one day, just before the females came on our ship, the CO came on to the 1MC. The 1MC is the speaker throughout the boat, and he makes this statement. He says, "I am looking for one person to make an example out of." He said, "I'm literally waiting on one person to make an example out of." Long story short, I ain't gonna say what they said about me. Apparently, I got the reputation of being a ladies' man. I don't know how they got that, but it is what it is. So we're out in town, and we see this young lady flirting with this person. We see, she all on him. And we knew that over the last couple of weeks, they had been kicking it. We're out in town now. We call it the Haunch. The Haunch is right outside of the base. They're at the club. We're at the club. We see these two people together. One is a senior person. The other is a junior person. We see these people together. It's cool. We see them go to the bathroom together. Y'all ain't just going to the bathroom together just to use the bathroom. Let's just put it that way. When they come out, now she's embarrassed. Because now she hears the chatter. Yes, it was called a hunch. Hunch. Now she's embarrassed. She walks back to the boat with this dude hand in hand. When they get back on boat, she says, "Oh, he raped me." This dude had 20 plus years in the military. He lost all of his retirement privileges and went to Leavenworth. Everybody was coming to his fence. No, it did not go down like that. They just, the CO made his point. I'm only looking for one person to make an example out of. What does that mean? What I'm trying to say with this? What we need to tell the police department and all these police officers, I've set a standard, and I'm only looking for one person to make an example out of. When I make that example out of them, they ain't nobody else gonna mess up. We ain't finna ease into this. We ain't trying to sugarcoat this. I am giving you everything you need to know right now. You make the decision on what you want to do, how you want to do it. Police, if you wearing that uniform, if you wearing the blue, you're there to protect and to serve. You are not there to bash them in. And you damn sure, I'm going to say it now. It's after. You damn sure I ain't out there to beat up my sons. And you ain't out there to try to get me. I'm telling you right now. I'm that dude that is willing to be a martyr for the cause. Y'all see, I wore this shirt on purpose. I know on Facebook, y'all see it's backwards. But this is what it says. Freedom isn't free. I paid for it. That's what it says. Did you eat it? It tastes like chicken? That's what I'm talking about. My son said he killed a bug. I asked him if he ate it. I'm survival training. Come on now. He every time he tell me he killed the bug, I asked him if he ate it. Here's the thing. This word right, this top line right here. Freedom isn't free. For my son, Sammy, who is 3 years old, for him to enjoy the freedom that we deserve, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of us got to give up some things. Some of us going to have to sacrifice some things. It is what it is. It is what it is. We have to be at a place where we say, "Hey, Monica, good to have you on the show." That's my sister for real. Money praise. You have to get to a place, if y'all need a praise and worship leader to come in and teach y'all praise and worship leaders, y'all need to contact that girl right there, Monica Praise. That girl will get y'all praise team on point. But that's my thing. You as a father, I have to make a choice. And that choice is this. For your sons to enjoy the freedom that they deserve, Jason, are you willing to lay down your life for it? My answer is this. Yes. Do they deserve to have their father? Yes. Do I need to be around them? Yes. But if it's between my life and theirs, let me have that. If it's between my life and theirs, I'll gladly give mine up. It is what it is. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy. This is my boy. I'm going to play this song and I'm out of here. Okay, what you're not going to do, let me tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to throw all of them on the floor and then come bring me the ones that fell on the floor. You got that, Sammy? Hey, you want to say hey to everybody? No, you good? You good? All right, if he's good, I'm good. Holla at your boy. It's all great. This is Jay Henry here in the ATL, but originally from New Orleans. Holla at your boy.
Something that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said simply reach out and touch me. My love is in your hands. Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Why you wanna play with my emotions?
And if I should lose your love for any one reason, any reason at all, then just let my record show I gave you all